Welcome, everyone. Welcome into Purple Lunarose Tarot. So, I know we have been out for a little while, so we are back. I am going to do a current energy update really quickly. We are going to look at just the regulars, the masculine and feminine energies. I will look at the bridging energy, and then, of course, we'll tap into some head, heart, and higher self space. We'll pull some messages at the end, and then, of course, we'll close it with guidance. This is my first time back, so I do feel like a little rusty, and I'm not really sure how it's gonna go. So I feel okay right now. So if it stays okay, then it may be more in depth, and if not, then we'll just make it short and sweet, right? Hi, Sandra. Hi, Diana. Oh, thank you so much, Sandra. Let me know. Can you guys hear the music in the background? I know um, it's loud for me, so I might need to turn it down, but just let me know if it's too loud for you guys. Don't forget, guys, we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Hi, Jenna. Um, so yeah, a lot going on. I shared out just like I normally would. Hi, Pooja. Definitely trying to just jump back on the horse, right? So that's what we're doing. No astrology to speak of today. Please, my apologies. Yes, like I said, just my first time back. I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. So yeah, no astrology this week. Thank you guys for being so patient with me and letting me take last week to just get my life together. So yeah, I just really appreciate it. Guys, don't forget personal readings in the Etsy shop, 50% sale. For all of you guys that have gotten readings this week, there's no words to express how grateful I am. And that's all I'm going to say about it because it's going to cause me to get all teary eyed. So, yes, guys, personal readings, Etsy shop. All right, so let's jump in. Again, I'm going to look at masculine and feminine energy first. And just like we normally do, guys, I just want to make sure I still got the touch, right? I practiced right before we started. Of course, I always do. And it came out beautiful. So I'm really hoping that this collective energy comes out the same way. I'm sure you guys can see. Thank you, Diana. Diana on Facebook moderating for us. Thank you so much. But yes, like I'm sure you guys can tell that we're all. It came to a boiling point, right? The energies definitely came to a boiling point, and then it exploded, right? So we're all kind of just, picking up our pieces and trying to see like where we're going next. I do feel like if you guys follow me and my messages, pull at those heartstrings, like I say, then we're very much experiencing the same type of situations. It may not be like the same situation, but it's the same spiritual lesson, right? So yeah. And I just want to say really quickly, I don't think I've ever said this before, but it's really important to me to say it now. All the readings that I do on this channel are for me. I know that tarot can seem like it's about someone else or, Joe Blow down the street or, his wife and what they're doing. And I promise you that if you read tarot and you use tarot as a tool, then you know what I'm talking about. It's about me, right? Does it help you guys? Yes. Again, collective energy, and I'm grateful for that. But I just wanted to say that. I feel like I should probably say that more often. All right. So let's tap into that collective masculine energy. Lots going on in the masculine world for sure. I think tower moments are an understatement. So we have the humor card coming out. Laugh at yourself, lighten your heart, and let nothing steal your happiness. All right, so that's for me. See how that works? All right, so the masculine energy, we have the love card. It's telling me to lighten the energy because I'm nervous, you know what I mean? So it's like, shh. All right, masculine energy says, listen to your heart, embrace what makes you happy. There are 1,000,000 reasons to love. I can definitely resonate with that message. All right, let's look at divine feminine energy, collective divine feminine energy. Tim McKee, hello. All right, so we have the Dreamer card coming out. Divine feminine energy, finally chasing their dreams. About time, right? I forgot I was going to put them over here. All right, so feminine energy says your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. This is the magic of life. All right, guys, so you know how I say sometimes the words like flash at me? The find fulfillment is the one. So right away, it's telling me, feminines, that like the feminine energy is feeling like, I just heard it's hard. It seems more challenging for the feminine energy, but I definitely feel like it's actually more challenging for the masculine energy. Feminine energy is just tired of it, right? Masculine energy, it's like they've put themselves through more hardships, so it's like they have more to have to come out of. All right, so let's look at bridging energy. Bridging energy. And I am going to go slow, guys, so I can keep an eye on the comments, just to make sure everything goes smoothly. All right, so bridging energy. So bridging energy, what does that mean? It's the high priestess, in case you guys didn't know. You know how the high priestess sits at the veil? So she has all the information from both worlds, right? And so the bridging energy is like the spiritual lesson that your masculine energy and your feminine energy is currently learning. So we have a sanctuary. So I do feel like both sides of there's a balance, and that we need to pull ourselves back, or maybe like, I don't want to say reclusive, because I'm not really feeling like that's the energy that Spirit's saying, but I'm definitely getting like the energy of our personal space, our personal time. For me personally, it's been about using my time wisely. So I need to be using my time to be furthering my education, learning more, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So I'm really trying to cut out a lot of things. So I feel like that could definitely be like the word sanctuary, you know what I mean? And what I mean by cutting out things, I mean like what I'm watching, the music I'm listening to, you know, whose energy we allow in, you know, our environment, that type of thing. It says, embrace the need for solitude. Your inner sanctuary calls you. Renew yourself and thrive. All right. So right away, I'm getting that both feminine and masculine energy, like definitely pulling away from everything and everyone. And I just want to say, for masculine energy, this, and I'm just going to, being honest here, masculine energy, it could definitely be forced, right? So a lot of times when we don't want to do something, we ignore it, we sweep it under the rug, and then Spirit comes and just rips the rug right out, right? I talked about that a little bit in the Dark Night of the Soul video that I posted yesterday. So if you guys missed that, make sure to go check it out. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit of like, this is time to refocus. Both sides have been through some tremendous things, right? I feel like the vocabulary is just not coming to me. Like the words just aren't good enough to describe what I'm trying to say. It's like they've both been through something that's very challenging. And you look at the sanctuary card, I mean, she just looks worn, right? She's exhausted, tired. The unicorn, of course, is sticking out to me, but so is the dragonfly. All right. On the bottom is the action card. So we have stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. And the nothing can hold you back is like literal. Nothing can hold you, not even yourself. Like you, if you have this purpose and you're doing these things, you know, it's like you're not going to be able to stop yourself. And a lot of times we do a lot of self-sabotage, right? Like we do a lot of cause our own delays and that kind of stuff. Here's what I want to say about that really quickly. I think it's really important that we stop calling these things mistakes, or maybe we even stop calling them delays, because everything that's happened in this journey is purposeful and needed, right? So if you didn't take action before, like, don't beat yourself up over it. That's not going to help anything. You definitely needed to do whatever it was that you were doing at that time for whatever that purpose or that reason was, right? All right, so yeah, the nothing can hold you back is definitely sticking out to me there. All right, so now I'm going to use the Queen of the Moon. And let's tap into some head, heart, and higher self space. All right, so I'm going to start again with masculine energy, and I'm going to look at headspace. Ooh, look at that. So we have purity coming out. That's interesting. Purity, the clean slate. It's the snow moon. It's actually the full moon that we just had. So wait a minute. I can't even say that because I don't know where. Yeah. All right, I'm just going to leave the astrology alone. But yeah, the snow moon, you can see like the snow has clean snow, fresh powder, whatever they want to call it. When I lived in Colorado, I always talk about how they had the Wolf Creek, they had the snow ski resort there. And it's like they really like it when fresh snow comes because it's like a whole clean slate and all the tracks get cleaned up and you get to start all over, right? So in the headspace for the masculine, there's definitely like a clean slate. I'm almost getting like this energy of asking for it, which is super interesting to me. Let's just keep going. All right, so feminine, I'm sorry, threw me off. Can you tell? All right, let's look at the heart space. Heart space for masculine. It does. It feels to me like it's asking, can there be like this clean slate? All right, which is weird because I feel like, if this is us and we're one and it's collective, of course there's clean slate. Of course there's, we move forward. That's how we push forward, right? We have to clean the slate before we can push forward. All right, so in the heart space, realization comes out. So we have 30 and 3. So the 3s are definitely sticking out to me. My lucky number, yay. But realization, the keyhole, I'm getting right away. It's like this energy of you figured something out. A lot of times, most of us, we're figuring these big life lessons out. But it's like we had to go through something, right? To like figure it out. So it's I've been getting the realization card a lot, and it's like we saw the opportunity, or we saw like outside. You see how it's like light out here but dark inside? It's like we saw the light but we didn't go towards it. It's like we almost purposely distracted ourselves so that we wouldn't look, right? All right, let's look at higher self lesson for the masculine energy. It's okay. Don't worry about it, Diana. Don't stress about it. I am so protected. I just cannot deny it anymore. And yeah, we're totally good. Don't even worry about it. All right, so higher self. All right, so higher self, we have the fear card coming out for masculine energy. And this is number 11. So it's definitely twin number 11, of course. But the fear card, see how I just said that. Did I not just say that? Highly, highly protected. I'm not saying that things, when you're on this journey, that things aren't going to come at us, that people aren't going to try to attack us, that people aren't going to like try to find all the negative, they can. These things are going to happen. I think the whole purpose of our journey, massive breakthrough, ready, is how we respond to the situation. We're supposed to be the light, right? I hit the camera. I'm so sorry. But like we're supposed to be the light. We're supposed to be shining the light, which is really hard to do when you're just covered in fear, right? Especially when you're fearful of what people think or say or do. You know what I mean? Like it's just nonsense. But until we're ready to let that fear go, I feel like we know we're protected. We get the signs, but it's definitely hard to continue to push forward, right? And it's like something has to happen in order for us to be able to push forward. And most of the time, when it's fear that's holding us back, it's like we have to face that fear, right? It's like it has to be done. You're not going to get away from it. And that's kind of what I feel like the masculine energy is learning right now. So definitely getting some clean slate. Look at that nourishment on the bottom. I feel like masculine energy is trying to, there's balance. There's definitely this energy of we have to balance. So it's like this, you know, the nourishment card talks about mind, body, and soul. A lot of times we think, you know, our mind is spinning out and we're stressed out. And it's like, we think that we have to focus just on our minds. But then when we focus too much on that, well, we just make it worse, right? You have to have balance. You have to, you know, if you're in your head space too much, you have to get in your heart space. I mean, that's just the way it is. But nourishment, I definitely feel like masculine energy is learning to balance mind, body, and spirit. And it's number 7. And so we know we've been talking about the 7-year cycle. I really want to talk about more about that. I wasn't able to do that previously, but we are going to be able to do that from now on. So I feel like the 7-year cycle is really important. I mean, I didn't talk about it, and then the end of the cycle came, and it just happened, right? Look on YouTube, we have 7 people right now. So you see what I'm saying? It's like it was showing us the sign the whole time. And I just want to say, guys, don't ignore the signs. Don't ignore the signs. All right, so, but yeah, I just want to say it is the end of a 7-year cycle, and I know that it's tough and it's difficult, but I just want you to know that you're opening doors to massive new abundance. And I mean, I just can't express the energy that's been flowing and the energy that spirit has shown me, just myself, my own journey, and just the last, you know, week of my life. So I feel like it's happening everywhere for everyone. All right, so clean slate. All right, so 3 of Pentacles comes out. So I feel like masculine energy is ready to like work together. I always say that don't work against the energy, work with the energy. I say a lot of things, guys, but I'm human and I don't always, you know, do the things. But I just want you to know that like when you're out here, and most of you that like watch me and you know my messages in the heartstrings, you guys are also following your purpose, and it's like you guys are also like teaching or shining your light for others, right? And I just want to say I feel like that's a massive lesson for me in this whole experience that's happened. Is I can't sit here and tell you guys fill your cup, you know, nobody wants your depleted cup, and then I'm pouring depletion everywhere. I can't say, you know, don't work with the energy or don't work against the energy. You have to work with it. And then I'm sitting here working against it. I just want to say when that happens, I'm not like, I don't want to make like any doom and gloom or, you know, bring any like negative, whatever. But I mean, just for every positive, there's a negative. And just think about it that way. The more positive you do, the more that comes back, right? The more negative you do, the more negative comes back. So if you're working against the energy and you're fighting and you're going, just kicking and screaming and dragging your nails and, you know, all this nonsense, well, of course it's going to be, you know, not as easy and it's going to be more challenging. As soon as you start doing the things, you see like the clean slate, and it's like spirit allows you to start again. So I'm definitely getting that energy of like work with the energy and not against the energy. All right, let's look at realization. So heart space, what is masculine energy realized in the heart space? So I love it. Thank you, spirit. Look at this. I can't even believe it right now. So 5 of Pentacles is here. You guys probably don't know what I'm talking about. I've been posting some shorts. I'm just trying to keep above water. But the shorts is really where YouTube is going. So it's helping with YouTube. It's not really helping with like Facebook or Twitch, but that's why we're live right now, right? So here's the reason this card is like sticking out to me. 5 of Pentacles is this is supposed to be like the church window, right? And you see like the people, they're injured. He has like a broken leg. She's just battered and beaten. I mean, there's like nothing left to her. I definitely, the card says ask for help. Like it's okay to ask for help. I feel like and tell me if I'm wrong, guys, let me know in the comments. I feel like we've went through something that's challenging, and it may have been more challenging for us because we did not ask for help. Is that like collective energy? Do you guys feel like that's something you guys have also experienced? Because I feel like it's all around me. It's all in the Etsy shop. It's everywhere. And we really have to Like this is the barrier. This is the thing that's keeping so many people from being able to like push forward on their own journey. So yeah, it's like we realized that we had to ask for help. All right, so let's look at the fear card. Higher self, masculine energy is learning. They're protected, highly, highly protected. If something is not meant for you, it just will not be yours. And I mean, you can fight, kick, scream, you can give everything away. It doesn't matter. It's just not going to do it. If something's meant to be yours, it's yours and it's easy like this, right? I thought I was going to come back and like not be able to read tarot. All right. So Page of Cups is here. This is the I'm sorry card. I do feel like there's something about forgiveness. But it's also like the Page of Cups always shows that fish in the cup. It's a small offer, right? But it was like not even a good offer to begin with, right? Because look how it's not full cup. It's like the fish is fixing to jump out. In fact, in some of the tarot cards, it shows the fish has jumped out, right? And the cup's empty. So it's like it's a really small offer. There's like good intention here. But it's like something about like a when I see the fish and I like see like it's like coming out, it's like it's a slippery situation, right? That's kind of what I get with Page of Cups. A slippery situation. And there's definitely something like having to help someone or having to give something to someone. Six of Pentacles is help and assistance. But I always say you always notice that the one person is not getting something. See how he's giving the coins to one, but the other person's like, hey, what about me? I feel like it's possible you went through something that was a slippery situation, right? It was just something that maybe needed to be like maybe someone needed your help at that time. And that could be like the higher self lesson, right? Four of Swords is on the bottom. It's giving me the energy of healing. All right, so let's pick these up. And let's pull the Queen of the Moon back out. Awesome. Tim says, asking for help is difficult because people come to me. Oh, that's so interesting that you said that, Tim. And that means that you are the one that needs to ask the most, right? We think because we're put in these roles, like spirit, catapults us into these purposes that like we're not going to make mistakes or like we're done learning. There's no such thing. So I think it's like the more we do, like the more action we take, and like the more people can see us take that action. What do I always say? It's like we're showing people what unconditional love is by example. You know what I mean? It's like we're doing it by example. It's like they're watching us. So if we don't ask for help, you see what I'm saying? Then how are we showing them to ask for help? So I definitely feel like it's all by example. Hi, Rachel. Aw, it's okay. It's okay. We've just started. All right, so I've done the masculine, feminine, and bridging, and I did the head space was purity, realization, and the heart space. And of course, the lesson that highly protected came out for higher self for masculine energy. So now we're going to look at feminine energy. So I'm looking at feminine headspace. What's the feminine energy thinking? So collectively at Purple LunaRose, we definitely have a strong divine feminine following. And we do have masculine energy, but we do have a strong divine feminine. I feel like it's a lot easier to tap into the feminine energy because of that. And look at this. All right. So I feel like that's the way it's going to go. All right. So masculine comes out for feminine energy. There's something about masculine and boundaries here. I feel like those are going to go together. So that's coming out in the headspace. So right now, feminine energy is thinking about balancing boundaries, definitely, because I know we see the masculine and we immediately think, oh, masculine energy. But actually the masculine represents balance. And so I do feel like there's been this energy where sometimes the bubble was too tight, right? Like we were too closed off to new information coming in. It was like it had to be our way or no way, right? That's kind of like feminine energy that I kind of been picking up. So to see it coming out upright with the balance card of the masculine, I do feel like we've decided that we can't be too closed off, but we can't be too available either. Balance coming out in the heart space. I do still see the cloud, so I do feel like there's still some sort of confusion in the heart space. And most likely what that is, it's number 19. And most likely what that is in the heart space, it's like we know we're doing the right thing, but we don't know are we doing the right thing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how else to say this, but just be blunt about it. Sadly, the feminine energy struggles with self-doubt so much. And I'm not saying that masculine energy doesn't, but I think because of the masculine, there's so much self-doubt on the feminine side. So it's like balance is here in the heart space, which is really good and needed. And I'm getting like mind, body, and soul again. So that's a little bit of a mirroring energy with the masculine energy. But I'm also getting like there's something about confusion. Like I know I'm supposed to be doing this, but I don't know why. Or I know I'm supposed to be doing this, but what's the next step? Pleasure is coming out in the higher self space. That's really easy. It's number 18. And it talks about how you have to release the negative energy before you can feel good. And if you have filled your cup with everyone else's problems, well, then you don't feel good, right? You have to release that so you can like soothe and take care of your own energies. And that's how you're going to be able to like feel pleasure or enjoyment or happiness, those higher vibrational energies. So this card always talks about how it's like she's pushing it out. She's pushing all the negative energy out and she's opening herself up to the white light, to the abundance. All right, let's pull a little tarot. Star. Hello, Star. All right, so let's look at the masculine energy. So we have the 4 of Wands coming out and we have the 7 of Swords coming out. Again, it's possible that there's something about a firm foundation and not telling someone something. It's like you could be keeping something from someone. Maybe you're trying to balance something out and you're just not saying it or like not admitting it. That could definitely be too. But it's also possible that in the headspace, there's something about union here and not believing it. I just want to say, the more we ascend on this journey, the more you understand what union is and like the easier it is to believe it, right? And so that could be also like what's balancing out in the headspace for the feminine. All right, let's look at the pleasure card. I don't know why I said that. Let's look at the balance card in the heart space. So we have Queen of Cups. It's going to be unconditional love, and that's perfect. Definitely some strong divine feminine energy. I know that other tarot readers use the Empress. Since I started reading, guys, it's been the Queen and King of Cups. You know how there's like 4 sets, right? And so each set does something. And so like you have the King and Queen of Swords, you have the King and Queen of Wands, you have the King and Queen of Pentacles, and then you have the King and Queen of Cups. I say if you want to be anyone, like I want to be the Queen of Cups, right? The Queen of Wands, she's passionate and excited and, you know, she's confident in herself and that's great. And the Queen of Swords, she speaks truth and she fights for hers, right? And that's wonderful. And then the Queen of Pentacles, she's very resourceful. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the material things. Like she's very abundant and that's wonderful too, right? With the Queen of Cups, it's about unconditional love. With the Empress, it encompasses all. So I do believe that that's why people use the Empress as divine feminine energy. For me, it's always been the unconditional love. I feel like that's what the biggest lesson for divine feminines is. And I know you're going to be like, especially those divine feminines that have children, they'll be like, oh no, it's easy for me. It's actually not true, because think way back when you had expectations. You see what I'm saying? So you can't have expectations and unconditional love at the same time. So I feel like we had to learn that there couldn't be any expectations, and that's when we stepped into this unconditional love. All right, let's look at the pleasure card. So higher self, teaching divine feminine, release the negativity and make room for the positive. All right, so King of Pentacles comes out. I got strong earth energy right away. So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But King of Pentacles is like someone who maybe controls your finances, someone of some authority, because it is a king. But it can also just be about you taking control over your own life, your own things. Remember, Pentacles encompass everything, so it doesn't always have to be just about money. On the bottom, we have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups talks about decisions and choosing wisely. I'm not getting the energy like you have confusion, like the clouds are bothering you. I definitely feel like it's starting to clear out. I feel like the feminine energy is finding balance, and that's what's causing the fog to clear out. All right. I wasn't going to do any messages from the persons, but you know what? Screw it. We're totally going to do it. So let me grab them really quickly. All right, so I do the messages from your person because these readings mean something different to each of you, right? Like each of you, most of you are on the same twin journey. We're experiencing the same life lessons, doing the same thing, learning to follow our purpose, yada, yada, all the stuff, right? But some of you do come in and there's always confusion about like who is who in relationships. And I think that causes a lot of the confusion. But regardless, you still get a message, like something still comes through to you, right? And so that's why I do the messages from your person. Now, some of these are messages from my own journey. Some of these are messages that I picked up from your guys' readings, like in the Etsy shop and, you know what I'm saying, Facebook, stuff like that. They definitely could be what someone has, your person has said to you. It could be higher self messages. I like to focus on the higher self because regardless of whether you have a 3D counterpart or not, remember, we all have masculine and feminine within us. So some of us don't have like a 3D counterpart. But regardless, it's like it's still coming from the higher self. I know people don't like to hear that. They want to think that their 3D person is saying it. And I'm not saying that they're not, but I'm just saying most of the time the messages are from the higher self. All right, I'm going to read the ones that just had to come out. I Can Hear You comes out. I think I made a mistake comes out. This one has been coming out a lot. And here's what I'm going to say. I'm really tired of the labels. I'm really tired of the ugly words like mistake. It's not a mistake. It's a lesson. It's something that like we had to learn. We have to stop beating ourselves up. I think that's like the biggest lesson right now. All right. I'm afraid to tell you something. Let's do one more, please. Thank you. And you taught me that I have purpose. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so let's close it out with some guidance. And I am going to use the angels and ancestors. And guys, while I was choking up on my video that I decided, screw it, I wasn't going to edit and I just posted it. I recently learned, you know how we've been seeing angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. I kept hearing and spirit guides, and I was like, why do I keep hearing that? It doesn't say that on the box. But now I know like why we why this has been happening. So I will say that I definitely focus on my own intuition. And I think that a lot of messages come in that way. Like my own thoughts, the feelings I get, the energy, right? That's how I read the energy. But I do feel like here lately, it's been much more on a spiritual side, where people like the label that is used as spirit guides. which is still just a thought and intuition, right? Like a message that's sent to you. But I definitely feel like I'm hearing them a lot clearer and a lot more. I do feel like it has something to do with clearing your energy. If there's too much chaos, there's too much stress, there's too much going on, you're probably not going to hear the messages. If you can solitude, sanctuary, pull yourself, Wayne, away, meditate, go to that heart space, you're definitely going to pick it up really quickly. Especially when I think it's time to do something. I feel like there's definitely something to do with like the timing. All right, so angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Guidance do we need to know? So the first one to come out is the Oracle. Wait for important information. So I know like all the planets are direct. I know that's factual, right? So it's like it's possible that you're having this energy of like wanting to hurry up and go. And the reason that the remember the clouds were still here because there was like confusion of, I'm ready. Which step do I go? Which way? What direction? I've been getting this card a lot, and wait for important information is like be open to receive the signs, be open to receive the direction. If you're all in the darkness and you're all full of that darker chaotic energy, then you're not going to be able to see it when it's time, like when the message comes in. And again, I'm hearing something about timing, so I feel like you're going to hear it like maybe right before it's time or something like that. All right, so we have the medicine guardian, be open to healing information. That's got my name all over it. I've been watching like all kinds of different videos. My favorite one so far has been, I've been doing like the beginners to Buddhism. It definitely helps calm the mind, helps you get out of your head space into the heart space. And like teaches you like actual things you can do, steps that you can do so that you can, accomplish that. So it's like different ways of healing. I will say this too. If you have healed something over and over the same way, and the outcome has not been the outcome that you wanted, well, I would definitely say it's time to try something different, right? So be open to healing information. All right, let's get one more, please. One more. All right, so we have the wise one, grow within your current situation. I've also been getting this one. So I feel like for those of you that know me personally, it's pretty easy. For those of you that like, your spirit just drew you to me and you're on all the sides of the world, I definitely use like my current lesson. That's why we're always doing current energy, right? To express like what I've learned, what the next thing is that I've accomplished, or what the next thing is that I'm working on. And I feel like that's really where the channel is headed. I feel like that's really where I'm going to start putting the focus. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember this. I just heard Diana, so maybe Diana will. But I feel like, do you guys remember back when I said a few weeks, maybe a few months back, that I felt like Spirit was asking me to stay and that I wasn't going to be able to move on in the journey, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone else. I felt like because we were getting this whole wave of new twins in the Etsy shop, I was like, I guess I'm just supposed to stay here. Spirit's never going to tell you to stay. All right. The whole purpose is to always ascend, to move forward, always. So if you're saying that you feel stuck or you feel like Spirit's asking you to stay behind or something like that, you have to look within yourself at what choices you're making at that time. Because again, Spirit, the universe, the energies, whatever label, is not going to ask you to just stay. It's just not going to do that. I mean, it's possible it's going to ask you to say, hey, go find some sanctuary, find some space, clear your mind. It's never going to say stay there. You see what I mean? So I felt like that was a big lesson for me. And I just want to say I'm really excited that I get to move forward in this journey with all of you. So yeah, everything definitely for a reason. All right, guys. So that's it. That is the collective energy. I hope it was helpful, guys. Of course, please let me know in the comments. Hi, Pam. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad everyone came in. We clearly had an issue with Facebook. One thing I've noticed is anytime someone is angry with me, they can just report Facebook and it causes issues. So, but yeah, we're just gonna keep pushing because again, look, I want to show you it's so important. Highly protected. So yeah, but I'm glad everybody on YouTube got to watch. I hope we got some viewers over on Twitch. At least it'll be on the channel for you guys to watch later. I will try to come back more. I think it went okay, right? I didn't panic or start crying. But yes, guys, I'm definitely going through my own thing over here. So just please be patient with me. And I will try to get back to these as soon as possible. I'll try to get a schedule posted also as soon as possible. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you.